So my salad at the French restaurant, the French bakery restaurant, was tasty. It was good, but it did not fill me up. It did not have enough protein or enough fat. It was kind of small. So I came home hungry, and I had a little bit of Lily's dark chocolate when I came home, and I decided that I would go ahead and make myself a special dinner to make up for that. So I made myself a Fathead pizza. I have made a Fathead pizza one time before, and it was like a year and a half or 2 years maybe ago when I was trying keto for the first time, and it was good, but I haven't bothered with it since because it's kind of, it's not that hard, but it's kind of like a pain. So this time though I tried Holista, tried her recipe, Holista. That's her name. I'm not sure how she pronounces it, but so I went ahead and tried her version, which has cheddar cheese instead of mozzarella cheese, and it's just butter, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, almond flour, and eggs. This is how mine turned out. It's a little darker, but I think that my almond flour is not super fine or ground up fine because it says almond flour / meal. So I just went ahead, I made a double recipe, but I'm only doing one. And my family is having Little Caesars. So that was another reason why I decided if they're having pizza, so am I. So I made up my own marinara sauce, as I like to do. We make our own spaghetti sauce and our own pizza sauce around here. It's cheaper and it's better for you because you can just kind of add what you want into it. So I'm just gonna put a little smidge around. So how I make this, it's the same as my spaghetti marinara. It's just tomato sauce, and we use the organic tomato sauce from Costco, and then olive oil, onion powder, garlic powder, lots of basil, and some oregano. Now I was out of basil, so I just used Italian seasoning this time, so hopefully it tastes alright. So I've got that on there. And then I've got my little ingredients that I'm going to do here. I've got mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, some green peppers, and some mushrooms, and then some onions over here. So I think I'll just do this up. My daughter that usually films for me is at a youth activity. So my other daughter volunteered to do it for me, but she's eating, so I just decided to do it myself. So hopefully it's not too obnoxious and shaky. The last time I made a Fathead pizza, which was a long time ago, it was probably about a year and a half ago. Anyway, I felt like it was a little too cheesy. So I'm going to go easy on the cheese. I don't want it to just feel like a big cheese thing. I am not a fan of cheese taco shells that people like to make on keto. It tastes okay, but then it just kind of overpowers me. So sometimes I don't like to do some of the keto, I don't know, hacks or whatever you would call it, that some people do, just where you try and make a meal that you would traditionally have had keto-fied. Sometimes I like to do that, and sometimes I just would rather go without. Like, I would rather go without taco shells than have a cheese taco shell. Maybe I'm not making them correctly. And also, I also made some cheese chips once, and nope, I just did not care for that. I just decided I'd rather do without chips and salsa if I wasn't having the real thing. So, but that very well could be user error on my part here. So I got that. And some onions. And once you have, well, you cook the crust first for like 12-ish minutes at 425, and then you add all the stuff on top that you want. And then you cook it in the oven at 350, and I can't remember the exact time, so I'll have to watch our video again real quick while it's cooking, but my guess is probably about 10 minutes. And then I'll put the rest of this cheese, maybe just a smidge on top so that it doesn't, the stuff doesn't fall off. I have a feeling that this is going to be extremely filling, and it looks like a perfect size for one person, but I don't know if I'll be able to eat the whole thing or not. We'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to stick that in the oven, and then when it comes out, I'll show you again. So I went ahead and put it on broil for a couple of minutes just because it didn't look like the top was melting very well. So it's supposed to be 350 for 9 minutes, but I'm finding that that's going to be a little bit longer for my oven. So we're getting closer. Okay, so I took it out of the oven. This is how it looks. The toppings are still not as browned as I would like, but the edges of the pizza crust itself are looking a little too dark. So I hope they're not burnt. I hope it's not burnt. So let's see. Can you hold it like this and don't push the buttons? And don't cover up the sound. We're gonna make this work. So, okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna grab myself a plate and just keep looking at it. My daughter that likes to video would definitely want me to try this on camera. She's very particular about the way I do these things. So there's a piece.
That's because he wants you to be healthy.
And let's see. Thank you. Thanks, Tal. Okay, so here we go. And get the part that's not totally cooked, but warmed up. That should be good enough because I don't want to burn the crust anymore. That is delicious. That is really, really good. Try it. I'll go ahead and put the link to her video in the descriptions of mine, just so you can see how she makes it. Sorry. I have to learn how to chew and eat on camera. But that is really, really good. So you should give it a try if you're really craving pizza or want a special treat.